start our refresher course. And what I want to brief you on, first of all, I am filming today because we have lots of brand new volunteers, and my experience has been that it's a system, and a system takes a little while to learn. We do want everybody to be consistent. So we did the initial training, then we did an in-class training, but now we're going to do a brush up just to make sure that we're all on the same page and being consistent with one another. So, and I can't get to everybody, and you guys are wonderful that it's easy for me just to bring you together and to go over. We're going to be going over the second booklet, not the kindergarten booklet, but the procedure is the same. So, hi Rosie. So I'm going to film there. So the first thing you're going to do when you come in, of course, is to get ready. And when you get ready, you grab your basket and the Buster Gray squirrel. Not everybody gets a Buster Gray squirrel. Oh. And you take off your badge, get your pencil out, get your stickers ready, and then you can put your badge aside. You're going to sign in, and I'm going to take a quick peek. Everybody is doing this just right. You just add a number, an hour to the next time. And then you're going to get this. Hi, come on. You're going to get your sheet ready. Sometimes you forget about this, and sometimes you don't. So that is just fine. Okay, you're okay with that crap. Okay, so I am not going to take the time to go through this basket, but I want to tell you that because you see every child in less than an hour, none of our classrooms have more than 20 children, you should always leave. I'm not sure why I see number 20 here, and I'm guessing that maybe she was absent or maybe somebody didn't get to her. So if a child is absent, you don't keep him in the front. They was out on the day. You just put him in the back. And so when you pick this up, it should always be 1 through 20. And I'm going to wait for Chandra to come over, and I just want to make sure that everybody is aware of that. Good morning. Thank you for being here. I'm just talking about the fact that the basket should always be in the same order. I just found number 20 in the front, and what some busters have done, they think, oh, the kid's absent, I'm going to leave them here. Don't do it. They just unfortunately missed that day, but we need to keep the basket in order for everybody else who comes right behind us. So, now what I'd like to do is talk about what happens when you first see a child. The first thing you're going to do is verify that this is the right child that you're working with. And then the second thing you're going to do is open the book to the tab, and you're going to make a very quick decision. You're either going to do an assessment or you're going to do the Buster Shuffle with one letter. Right here, it's the Buster Shuffle. If I were to turn to this page, I know that it's going to be the assessment, no question about it. So, if it's the assessment, and I want to do the assessment first, and Colleen, you're going to practice with me. First thing I'm going to do, this is the only thing I'm going to do today, I'm going to write today's date. And then, Colleen, I'm going to just go through here. You're going to be my child. I'm going to go through here, and you do know them, and I want you to purposely miss about 3 of them, if you don't mind. So I'm always going to start at the top. My only purpose today is just to find out which words on this page that Colleen knows. So, Colleen, that's a hard...
Little. His. No. Has.
That's our.
Him. They.
That is them. And I was quick. She started out with a the, so I'm just going to erase it and go on.
I. How. Was. When. That. What. Get. Now.
That word is no.
Who. Who. Work. Can't. And. Put.
Lovely. Now we know which words you know on that sheet. And then, that purple will look precious with that shirt. I want you to go and get Benjamin for me, please. That is all I do. That was less than 2 minutes. That is all I do today. I put the book back and I put it over here. Now, if I open the book and it's this, and I see circles, I automatically know that I'm going to do the Buster Shuffle. I'm going to do the Buster Shuffle on the very first pesky word that I see. It looks like the first pesky word is going to be that, but it is very possible that the Buster yesterday worked on that. So I'm not making any assumptions. I want you to go ahead and get that word today. So I'm going to go until I find the first pesky word. I always start at the top because those are words that she already knows, and she's going to feel good about reading those words and feeling successful. And then watch what happens when I come to that word.
I, a, is, he, go, to, and, we, come.
Hey, got it.
Hey.
Okay. So now I have identified the first pesky word, and so now I'm going to get very explicit and say, Colleen, let's practice this word today. This word is have. Say have.
Have.
Good job. Say it again.
Have.
All right. Now, what's this?
In. Have.
That's one.
Not. Have.
Good.
The. My. Home. Have. Can. Me. Have. I. A. Is. He. Have.
Lovely job. What word is that?
Have.
Good job. I still like that purple.
How many times do you want to do the word they don't know?
I did that word 5 times. And what I did is I only used the words. So I had her, I shuffled out 1 time and came back just to make sure she had it. And then I shuffled out, I did not use these 2 words because she doesn't know those words. I do not want her to focus on 3 new words at one time. The purpose is 1 new word at a time. So I skipped those, but I do want her to reinforce all these words. So I went down here and came back, and then I did 2 words and came back, did 3 words and came back, and then you just want to make sure, and I actually go through line by line so I don't miss any of them, and I want to make sure that she gets a chance to practice every word that she has circled. If she misses one of those words, she forgot that word, well then I say, you know what, honey, that word is play, and we'll practice that tomorrow or on another day. We'll practice that later, and then I don't include that in my shuffle. So, any questions about that shuffle? That takes less than 2 minutes. She's done, she's back.
I think it would be good to explain to the kids again that once they finish the Buster Shuffle, not all of them, but some of them are like, well, I know half now. So it's like, no, not until tomorrow. The next Buster comes in. And
Thank you so much for
some of the
pointing
kids
that out.
think, well, I got it in 5 times. I know.
Circle it. Yeah.
So,
That's what I say too.
this is something I want everybody to know. I did not circle have. She read have 5 times.
Yeah.
I did not circle have. That does not mean that she knows have. She knows it right now. Her brain had a chance to look at that and say that. So she has it in her short-term memory. But it won't be till tomorrow when the next Buster comes, starts right up here and points and comes down. And if the child knows that tomorrow, you can circle it. But if the child still doesn't know that word, then you go ahead and do the Buster Shuffle again. Say, let's practice that word today. It doesn't matter that they practiced it yesterday. So you're going to practice that word again and do the same thing. For some children, they can get it with 1 practice. Some children need a couple days. Some need 3 or 4 days. So it doesn't matter, but we won't circle that word until that child can read that word without hesitation. Now, it's possible that tomorrow that child reads it, and then we'll go down here, and this may be the next pesky word, so we'll work on that. And then if we come back up here and the child is still having trouble with that, that's fine. Say, you know what, we're still going to practice that word a little bit. And you're not going to practice it on the next day because you've already identified 1 new pesky word. But the next Buster that comes to work with that child will know that that word have is still being pesky. And it is so important to make sure that we tell the children that that word is still being pesky, that we put the negativity on that word, not on the child, but that word is being pesky. And we're going to help you until you can dominate that word. So, any other questions? That was great.
So on have, so one of the things I was thinking of is how do I know when I'm sitting down to work with the child if they've already Buster Shuffled have yesterday?
You don't need to know that.
You just go through and if you know.
It is important that all the busters are going through the book the same way.
Right.
If I look at this book, I know. So, well,
Like I
actually,
read
here's what would happen. This probably says 6. When I opened this booklet, I can tell that it's not an assessment day. You don't shuffle on an assessment day. But if the assessment day was a couple of days ago, I can presume that the buster
Got it. So if I
shuffled
pay
that one.
attention to the date, that will help me.
That'll help you.
Okay.
And she came in and I read come. So then she just moved on. So if I didn't know come, I could have bustered that on Thursday, but I still didn't know it, so you do it again.
Got it.
That's
So if I
right.
pay attention to the date, that'll help.
Okay, and you just, your goal with the Buster Shuffle is to find the first pesky word, and you work on one pesky word at a time, shuffle it out 5 times until the child has said it 5 times, you're done. Give a sticker, let them go, and get the next child.
The first uncircled word.
That they don't get.
Shuffle it 5 times.
Right.
Yeah. So I do want to throw this out. It is very likely that that Colleen's going to get this word, and then I'm going to still point, I'm going to pretend like she's got this now, and then I'm going to point here, and I'm going to point here, and she's going to say, look, the teacher teaches these sight words every single day. It is very likely that that child now sends the pre-assessment, and today already knows look, so I'm just going to circle it, and I'm going to point to this one, and if the child doesn't know that, I'll say, let's work on that word. And I want to say that one more time, because this verbiage of saying, let's work on this word today, let's look at this word and practice, that gives a child an opportunity to get focused and to understand that that's his or her goal for right now. Instead of just pointing to that and moving around, he's saying, you know, what's going on? Help them get focused and say, let's practice this word. This word is said. Say said. Say it again. If you do, so here's what happens. If a child knows all of the words on that list, then you get excited. You say, that's great. You fill out this, congratulations, Colleen. You know all the words on list 4. You put the date, sign your name, give them a sticker, and that's it. They do not get another chance at another page. That is not being fair to all of our children. We do every youngster for less than 2 minutes every day, and we should be able to get through that entire booklet. But don't forget that you do indeed take the little tab, put it over here, take a second to find Colleen's name over here, and mark that she read all the words on list number 4.